Ladies and gentlemen, the Sniper Monkey was finally nerfed in Battles 2, and it wasn't only nerfed, it was killed. And Botany was also nerfed. So today, guys, we're going to go over all the changes in depth. Let's hop right into it. And here we go, guys, starting off the update with the balance changes to the Sniper Monkey. The Sniper got absolutely nuked with balance changes, guys. First, the base cost of the Sniper is $100 more expensive from $200 to $300. The Full Metal Jacket is also $50 more expensive from $200 to $250. The 120 shrapnel damage has been reduced from 2 to 1, same as the 020 now. The 2XX large caliber upgrade is now increased in price from $600 to $750. The 220 shrapnel damage was decreased from 3 to 2. The 320 shrapnel damage unchanged at 5. Okay, so 320 is still really strong shrapnels, but people really never used 320 beforehand. So maybe people start to experiment with the 320 now. I'm not entirely sure. That's the deadly. That's the deadly precision with the shrapnel, I'm pretty sure. The bouncing bullet price was decreased actually from $3,200 to $3,000, but you have to take into consideration with that decrease was a base price increase of the Sniper, and the top path, if you want to get this 2XX, is also $200 more expensive on top of that. So a 230 bouncing bullet, I think, $100 more expensive than it used to be. And here is the real kicker, guys. X3X bouncing bullet shrapnel is only created on the initial hit, not on the Bloons hit by the bounce. This change right here is, I think, what's going to kill a Sniper, because bouncing bullet is 3 bounces, right? Or it hits 3 targets. So you're creating shrapnel 3 different times beforehand, and now you're only creating it once, on top of the fact the shrapnel is dealing 2 damage instead of 3 damage now, which is just a humongous nerf to the bouncing bullet, not even considering the fact that the other Sniper prices were nerfed as well. So that's pretty crazy. X4X supply drop was increased in price from $5,600 to $5,800. So the supply drop overall is $100 more expensive than beforehand if you don't buy any cross pathing. But if you have the 240 supply drop, it is now $300 more expensive than it was beforehand. And the supply drop cooldown was also increased from 40 seconds to 50 seconds. Holy cow, dude. Did they just really want to kill the Sniper with this one? That actually makes the supply drop significantly worse than the other old eco forms. 50-second cooldown is very long. I'm gonna have to run the numbers on that here to kind of compare it. X5X Elite Sniper buffs other snipers' attack speed by 20% instead of 25%, so nerf to that as well. Faster firing on the Sniper. XX1 got a $50 price nerf. 041 supply drop slash fast firing cross path. Supply drop ability cooldown minus 5% or minus 5 seconds. Okay, so you can actually get faster cooldowns with the bottom path. XX2 faster firing, $50 more expensive, and then 042 another 5-second cooldown nerf. And semi-automatic rifle, 2200. Okay, so the change to the cooldown on the supply drop is probably not as bad as I initially thought, because you can get decreased cooldown with the bottom path, but still you need to spend extra money on your supply drops to get the bottom path. So yeah, we'll run the numbers on that. But with this, Ninjakiwi said, we were a little too successful in trying to increase the popularity of the Sniper Monkey, as it is now the single most used tower in the game, surpassing even Banana Farm. Sniper's popularity is due to its versatility as an income source, that it also excels in both group popping power through its shrapnel shot and single targets with its high damage. We believe the primary culprit is the Sniper's dominance in the X3X bouncing bullet ability to create multiple bursts of high damage shrapnel, so we capped it to 1 burst per shot, and also moved the 1XX shrapnel damage upgrade to 3XX so that only dedicated top path snipers can benefit from it. We've also increased the cooldown of the supply drop ability and added cooldown reductions to the bottom path to create a choice between the more offensive 240 sniper farm or the more efficient 042. I mean, that all makes sense, but the thing about these changes is you have to realize that Sniper was like not even in the meta at all if you look back at the game a while ago, before they added like Druid of the Jungle farming and all of that. No one was using the Sniper, and then they buffed the Sniper a decent bit and everyone was using it. But I think the current Sniper, after all these changes, is much worse, like significantly worse than when it wasn't even meta in the past. So I think it's just going to be garbage now, but I guess time will tell on that one. And here are the numbers behind the Sniper changes, guys. So in the past, you were getting 300 eco for your 040 supply drop with a total cost of 9,450 and a cost of per eco of 31.5, which honestly wasn't bad at all. Now though, the sniper costs $100 more expensive. Now though, the 040 is $100 more expensive for 60 less eco, and the cost per eco is awful, 39.79. So you want to be getting the bottom path with your sniper farms now is pretty much the case. 041 supply drop has an eco efficiency of 36.94, which is decently more efficient, and 042 has an eco efficiency of 33.83. So this is still significantly worse than the sniper efficiency beforehand, but it's the best way to do it now if you are going to opt for the sniper farms. But yeah, as expected, this is a pretty humongous sniper nerf. And just so you guys can see the comparison here between the sniper farm and other old ecos like the Druid and Heli, the Druid farms are 30.72 cost per eco, which is significantly lower than the sniper farms, especially now. And a thing to note is the Druids are decently cheaper too, comparatively. Now the 040 Druid, this is dependent on it attacking because it has an extra 42 eco with the Vine attack as they introduced that. But yeah, this is significantly more efficient. And the Heli farm is 30.125 cost per eco, which is significantly more efficient as well. So yeah, sniper farms are definitely at the bottom of the totem pole now. Next thing is the Super Monkey. The base price of the Super Monkey was increased from $1,800 to $2,000. And with this, they said Super Monkey is proving to be a bit too good as an early game defender, which isn't in keeping with its intended use as a late game powerhouse. They're increasing its base cost so it's harder to get out early without impacting the late game use too much. Okay. So that makes sense. A $200 price nerf to the Super Monkey is pretty fair. I think a lot of the reason why Super Monkey was in the meta and OP is because of the old sniper and Bonnie kind of helping out too. Spike Factory, X3X Mob Shredder bonus mob damage no longer applies to Bonnie's Beast. As we described in Bonnie's balance changes, the Beast is proving to be too easier to pop than we anticipated. The Spike Factory is the worst offender of this, and Spike Storm ability is guaranteed to instantly vaporize the Beast. We prefer not to add any special exceptions to the rules, but in this case, we feel that it's warranted as trying to nerf the Spike Factory so it does not do a fair amount of damage to the Beast would make it unfairly weak to everything else. That makes sense. You can still pop the Beast with the Spike Factory pretty easily though, so I still feel like even with this change, the Spike Factory might still be the best Bonnie Beast popper because the bottom pass Spike Factory with the deadly spikes and long life is still really effective at it. I've popped plenty of beasts in the past with that, so yeah, I'm still going to use Spike Factory with Bonnie, and it will most likely be effective. And lastly, we have the main culprit here of Bonnie. What have they changed with Bonnie? Okay, level 1 base cost reduced from 900 to 700, so they actually buffed Bonnie's level 1. They actually buffed Bonnie's base price there, which is interesting. Level 2 tier 0 minecart value from 50 per cart to 25 per cart. Okay, so they cut in half the initial starting eco from Bonnie, and tier 1 through 5 minecart upgrades are now from $240 for plus 10 per cart to $300 for plus 15 per cart. So if you do the math there, it was before you're spending $24 per eco, now you're spending $20 per eco. But with the change to the initial minecart values, I think the tiers 1 through 5 minecarts are still worse than before, if that makes sense. I will run the numbers on it after we go through all of Bonnie's changes and let you guys know. Level 3, the mass detonation ability where you explode the minecarts now has a 10-second longer cooldown. Level 10, the Beast HP is now doubled. Okay, so it's 4,000 HP now instead of 2,000 HP, which is interesting. And the Mob Shredder can't hit it anymore. I still think Deadly Spikes is going to be a decent Beast popper though, so yeah. But a lot of other strategies are going to struggle to pop the Beast now with 4k HP. And the damage required for Beast Drop was also doubled, which makes sense. Level 13, the Mass Detonation cooldown was increased. And level 20 Beast also has 2 times HP and 2 times damage required to pop for the Beast Drop. And with all of this, Ninjakiwi said Bonnie is an extremely popular and appears to be in a significant portion of matchups across all arenas. This isn't a concern to us. Like ETN, she enables a variety of strategies rather than just 1 or 2, so her popularity shouldn't make all things stale. Despite her popularity, her win rate is well below average in Hall of Masters, so we don't believe she needs much in the way of nerfs. That said, one common complaint is that Bonnie makes too much early income for too little investment, so we're reducing the value of her base minecarts and moving that value into the upgrades, making her less efficient right now out of the gate, but keeping her the same strength after a few upgrades in. Now, I agree with that. I don't think, though, that the changes were enough. I'll get into that. We have also seen that it's much easier to get full value out of the Beast than we anticipated, essentially turning her ability into a free and money button at higher levels. We've kept the amount of cash contained in the Beast the same, but increased the amount of damage required to extract it all. So there are all the changes. This was an over-the-air update, by the way, so it should be like pretty easy for you to get it. I don't think you need to like actually install an update through the App Store or Steam or whatever for it. It's the first over-the-air update they've done for balance changes. But let me run the numbers real quick on Bonnie upgrades and get back to you guys. All right, as you guys can see, I've made an Excel sheet where it's kind of easy to visualize all the Bonnie changes here. So in the past, you were getting 50 eco from Bonnie with 0 money spent on the minecart. So just the base cost of Bonnie with the 900 spent. Now you're getting 25 eco with 700 spent. And this in total is obviously more cost per eco. You can see how it changes with each of the 5 minecart tiers. Even after the 5th minecart tier, Bonnie beforehand was still more efficient than Bonnie is now. So the changes with the minecarts was most certainly a nerf, but it wasn't a very big nerf. And I think Bonnie kind of needed a decent sized nerf. So do I think Bonnie will still be OP? Yes. Is it worse than before? Yes as well. So with all of that being said, I am going to run one match with Bonnie to kind of feel it out and see how the changes kind of impact the match. And we are on the map Salmon Ladder with the strategy Boat, Alchemist, Spike Factory. I feel like this is a strategy that'll probably fare best for the Bonnie changes, just because this could still deal with the Beast health change, in my opinion, right? Beast did get doubled in HP, which most strategies are going to have a problem dealing with the Beast with doubled HP now. But Spike Factory and the Spike Storm still should be able to deal with it pretty easily. Now, here is the buff part of Bonnie. The only part they've pretty much buffed of the hero, and that is the base price, ladies and gentlemen. Base price is only $700, so it's actually been pretty easy to get Bonnie down round 1. Now, I could get it down round 1 beforehand. I just needed to slow my eco a little bit. But now you can max eco and get Bonnie down, which is pretty nice. However, that does come at the cost of the worse minecarts early, because now the minecarts start at 25 minecart eco, while before it was 50. And even if you upgrade, even with the more efficient early upgrades, it is still worse at level 5, if that makes sense. I start upgrading the boat. They got Sniper, Wizard, Quincy, fair enough. And here it is 300 to upgrade to 40. We're going to do that in a second. And then we just want to upgrade these as fast as possible, pretty much, because these are really efficient upgrades. All right, we're at 55 now. So opponent's using Sniper, which is interesting. Sniper did get nerfed a ton. Oh, my camera's blocking it as well. Yeah, Sniper, I think Bonnie nerfs didn't really change that much. I feel like Bonnie is still going to be meta. But Sniper nerfs, I feel like, did change a lot. Like, I think they over-nerfed Sniper, guys. Personally, I haven't used it yet, so I'll definitely have to test around with the Sniper. But just off my intuition, I'm pretty sure they've over-nerfed it. Alright, explode the minecarts there. That's all the minecart upgrades we're going to go for here. I'm going to need to save up for the cannon ship now. Will be the plan. Glue Gunner, Wizard, Sniper. That is an interesting strategy from the opponent with Quincy. And they're placing like all their defense at the very top of the map when the balloons are 2 times the speed from the mudslide, which typically is not really what you want on this map. You want to center most of your defense towards the middle on this map for the most part. All right, keep upgrading Bonnie here. What level do we have Bonnie on the minecarts? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, are we gonna leak here? It looks like we might. I probably should get a Spike Factory in the back, but I would like to greet as many Bonnie upgrades as possible. Let's do one more Bonnie upgrade. Okay, opponent ends up tower boosting there. Yeah, their Shrapnel Sniper is absolutely chasing the balloons, so it's not being very effective. Okay, we still haven't leaked too badly. I'm ready to use this Mass Detonation ability. Let's upgrade this again. This ability did get a longer cooldown as well now, so it did get nerfed too. Alright, let's explode the minecarts. And let's go one more Bonnie upgrade. We're doing pretty solid on Bonnie eco now. And then I'll get my Spike Factory down next. And that'll be the plan. Come on, Spike Factory. Alright, perfect. I feel like I greeted that pretty well. Waited as long as possible to get my Spike Factory down, but now we have the Mad Lad down. So we should be pretty safe in the back. I'll get this into a Smart Spikes as well pretty soon. Spike Factory still should be a really good pairing with Bonnie, even with all the changes. Honestly, the changes kind of make Spike Factory even a better pairing with Bonnie, because, as I said earlier, other towers are going to struggle to pop the Beast, in my opinion. Struggle a lot. So, yeah. Alright, 260 Bonnie eco now. So personally, doing this, I haven't felt that much of a difference pre-Bonnie nerf to current in the early game, Bonnie upgrades and stuff. I think the main differences are not really going to be in the minecarts. It's more so going to be the level 3 ability has a longer duration, and the Beast income is going to be worse. Those are going to be like the main Bonnie nerfs you kind of see. But the Bonnie base price change kind of complements the more expensive minecarts early game a little bit. So those cancel out a little bit. It's probably, the minecarts are probably still a little bit worse, like a tiny bit worse, but not significantly. It's the other stuff that's gonna be more impactful when you're playing the game that you'll feel. Okay. Well, with that being said, I mean, the opponent has the bouncing bullet up, so we might as well test it. I think bouncing bullet's not really gonna do much at all against this though. Especially because it doesn't create multiple shrapnels anymore. They use tower boost. Even with tower boost, yeah, dude. Like, in the past, I don't think they would have died there. And it wasn't even close. Maybe their bouncing bullet was on first, though. If it was on strong, they probably would have done better. I think they had it on first. But you could tell the sniper was just significantly weaker against that rush. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about the update. I always love to hear them. But that's it for today. Ramlik out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.